Hello everyone, welcome to our Olympic Physical Education YouTube channel. Today we are discussing about training and doping in sports. First discussing about meaning and concept of sports training. One of the most rapidly growing fields of specialization is that sports training. It is the study of various exercises done to develop sports performance. The knowledge of the sports training is essential for the coaches. Nowadays, sports competitions are becoming tough because through latest training methods. The athletes are trained to excel. The different physical exercises are organized in a systematic method to improve sports performance to acquire peaks in sports. Performance on organized scientific sports training is needed. The field of sports training has become increasingly sophisticated. New research procedures and techniques are being introduced to achieve the best performance. Some definitions according to LP Mathwave. The preparation of sportsmen represents a multi-sided process of purposeful utilization of total complex of factors which help in the development of the sportsman and ensure a necessary level of his sports performance ability. Next, one more author according to D. Array. Sports training based on scientific knowledge is a pedagogical process of sports. Perfection which through systematic effect on psychological performance ability and performance readiness aims at leading sportsmen to high and highest performance. Next, conclusion of definitions. Sports training is a considered long-term training program which aims to improve performance of sportsmen. It makes sportsmen psychologically and physiologically conditioned to exhibit best sports performance. Sports training is a planned process by which sportsmen acquire perfection. The purpose of sports training is to get best performance at particular time. Next, discussing about concept of sports training. Sports training programs are spread for years and years. In 1 year, the training programs are divided into three parts. First one, preparatory period, phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3. Competition period, transitional period. The first one, preparatory period, phase 1. During this training session, stress is given on basic fitness. It includes various conditioning programs which develop various fitness components like speed, strength, endurance, flexibility, coordination, etc. Of session training programs includes weight training, circuit training, fartlek training and high altitude training. Usually, non-specific exercises are performed. The weight training and training programs are performed alternatively. Next, phase 2. During the second phase of the preparatory period, emphasis is given on general development on specific fitness. The various techniques of games are introduced and practiced. Next one, phase 3. During this last phase of preparatory period, the training volume is decreased and training intensity is increased quickly. The techniques learned during the second phase of preparatory period are developed under difficult situations which occur under the competitions. Tactical training is also given importance is the this period. Next, second one, competition period. The aim of the competition period is to achieve the top form. During this period, the sports persons are able to perform training with maximum intensity. Mainly speed work is done so that sportsmen can perform well in competitions. Sportsmen are made ready to face the competitions. They are trained fully both technically and tactically at the end of the competition period. Last one, transitional period. After competitions, the sportsmen need recovery and relaxation. During this period, active rest is given and it is advised not to do similar activities which dominate the sports training is a long-term process which may start at the age of 14 years and up to 30 years of the age. Next, methods of training. Training method is an organized from the train athletes that involves progressive cycling and various aspects of training programs during a specific period of time. The concept of periodization came into existence by Ants Selle in 1950. Periodization is used by resistance program designed to avoid overtraining. Russian physiologist L.P. Matveev and junk sports scientist Todor Bompa revised the further introduced the periodization model. See, microcycle, mesocycle and macrocycle. Microcycle means it is last up to 7 days. This is 1 week training session microcycle. Second one, mesocycle. Mesocycle is the done between 2 weeks to few months. 2 weeks up to 3 or 4 months. Next, last one, macrocycle refers to the overall training period, usually representing a year or 2 years up to competition. Next, objectives of training: physical preparation, technical preparation, tactical preparation and psychological preparation. Next, principles of sports training: principles of individual differences, principles of overload, principle of specificity, principles of reversibility, principles of variance, principles of recovery. Next, warming up and limbering down. Say, types of warming up: psychological warming up and physiological warming up. The first one, usually it is preferred that some primarily exercises prior to training session and competition is done. The purpose of training up of is to prepare the body to bear psychologically and physiologically stresses. This type of activity is also considered as limber up. It is observed that warming up or limbering up increases the competitive performance of an athlete. If a sportsman has to compete twice a day, a warming up is required for each session on the same day. When an isolated muscle is cooled, its speed of concentration and relaxation is reduced. Wherever it increases contractile strength and speed. Even with the increases in body temperature, it is found that nerves also conduct impulses more rapidly. That is why warming up of the muscle prior to exertion of the muscle is required. Types of warming up: psychological warming up and physiological warming up. First, warming up. Psychological warming up. High level motivation in the form of encouragement is given. Second one, confusions, conflicts and inferiority complex should be removed by giving following information: by telling about the importance of the competitions, by giving information of the opponent's tactical behavior and performance level. Players should be informed about the time and date of competitions, ground equipments, expected climate conditions and etc. Next, physiological warming up. Physiological warming up makes the body physically ready to bear any competitive type of stress. Mainly muscular and cardiorespiratory systems are given some initial physical workout, which makes the body ready to bear any stress. While performing warming up, the athletes should wear a tracksuit. In case of cold climate, woolen clothing can be also used. It is also advised that the warming up should never be done with bare feet. Even competition running shoes like spikes are used after warming up. Mostly athletes use flat-soled jogging shoes for the purpose of warming up. See, physiological warming up can be done in two ways: active warming up and specific warming up. Active warming up active warming up again two types: general warming up and specific warming up. First one, active warming up. Active warming up can be performed by doing running, catching, jumping, and etc. Exercises are done strictly on the principles of simple to complex. In the beginning, slower and easier exercises are done, processing to the difficult and faster. This is further divided into parts according to the nature of the exercises. Next, general warming up. General warming up, in this general exercises are performed the following methods. Example, jogging. See this picture. Jogging, simple exercises. Example, crunches, dumbbell squats, chair pose, leg circle, hip plates, the plank position, leg drops, footer kicks, and etc. Next, striding. 40 to 50 meters striding. Next one, stretching exercises. Next, wind sprint. Next, specific warming up. Specific warming up after general warming up, specific warming up is done. In this type of warming up, similar movements are practiced which dominate in the competitive activity. This type of warming up is also known as the formal activity. For example, in the warming up for basketball, for formal activities would include passing, dribbling, shooting, layup shots, rebounding, etc. This activity also helps in increasing muscles temperature and blood flow to the muscles, which are directly related with that specific part of the body involved in the activity. It also increases hand and eye coordination, which is essential for the better performance. Some examples specific warming up are: first one, in cricket, batsman doing batting before going to bat. Second one, layup shots before basketball match, smashing before volleyball matches. Tennis players doing some knocking before the starts of the match. Next one, trials jumps are taken in jumping events before the competition in athletics. Next, passive warming up. See, passive warming up does not involve any exercises. Some additional measures are used. Example, massage of the body. See this picture, massage of the body. First one, this is passive warming up without exercise. Second one, use of infrared lamp. Third one, diathermy, using diathermy. Next, steam bath or steam bath. Next one, sauna bath. Next, hot water bath. Next, by giving beverages. Next, skills can be divided into following categories: cognitive skills and perceptual skills adapted. Next, motor skills. See, first one, skills can be divided into following categories: cognitive skills, attention skills, memory, logical reasoning, auditory processing, visual processing. Second one, perceptual skills adapted. Now last one, motor skills. Next, learning of techniques: eye technical sports, strength dominated sports, endurance dominated sports, high speed sports, and combative sports. Next, methodology of development of the technique. Methodology development of the technique. Every sports need vigorous development of the techniques. The techniques is learnt in three phases: phase 1, phase 3 and phase phase 3. First one, first phase 1. In first phase, the acquired techniques are analyzed. The fast motivation level, experience, other traits are taken into consideration to develop the techniques. First practice of the techniques is given under easy circumstances and conditions. After this, stress is given to improve the movements patterns. This can be achieved by demonstration by showing videos, etc. At first stage, less correction is done so that athlete does not lose interest in the technique and development. During this phase, the competitions are avoided. Phase 2, during the second phase of technique learning, the volume of the technique training is increased. It is also observed that the athlete is giving full attention and concentration. The correction in the technique is given emphasis. The technique with high intensity is practiced along with its correction. Next, phase 3, the techniques training in the third phase becomes intense as they are practiced under the difficult and different situations. The athletes are given an opportunity to use the learned techniques during the competitions. The technical training introduced by demonstration either by a coach or by showing a video. The lecture is given to tell about the technique. After this, explanation and discussion is done, followed by the practice. The help and the safety is also achieved at the time. After this, high level of motivation and correction are needed. After mastering the techniques, the athletes is given experience of competition to gain confidence. Next, the following anti-doping rule violation. First, discussing about concept and classification of doping. First, discussing about concept of doping. The word doping is derived from the Dutch word do. This word is the name of the alcoholic beverage that is made of grape skins. In 20th century, this was used illegally for drugging races or horses. It was the well-known fact that ancient Greek athletes used special diets having stimulants like strychnine and caffeine. Cocaine, alcohol was used by cyclists and other endurance athletes. In 1904 Olympic Games, Thomas Hicks won marathon race. He had raw egg injection of strychnine and doses of the brandy administered. By the 1920s, it had become evident that restrictions regarding drug use in sports were necessary. In 1928, the International Athletic Association of Federations became the first international sports federation to ban doping. Sooner, many other international federations allowed this. Meanwhile, the problem became worse when introduction of synthetic hormones came into practice. The death of Danish cyclist Count Enmark Jensen during the competitions at the Olympic Games in Rome 1960 stressed for drug testing. Doping is defined as the drug or blood product to improve sports performance. The use of banned drugs for performance enhancement is known as doping. The use of drugs to enhance performance is considered unethical by most international sports organizations and especially the International Olympic Committee. Considered it as cheating. Since doping has many adverse effects of human body, the ban has been imposed. IOC wants dope-free clean sports. Earlier, doping was referred only administration of performance, enhancing drugs, but now it has wider and violations. According to World Anti-Doping Agency (WADA), we often only think of doping as being the use of prohibited or substances, but breaking other anti-doping rules is also considered doping. In the code, doping is defined as breaking one or more anti-doping rules. This is also called an anti-doping rule violations as for the anti-doping agency. Doping is defined as the occurrence if one or more of the following anti-doping rules and violations. See, the following anti-doping rules and violations: presence of prohibited substances, use of prohibited substances or method, refusing sample collection, failure of file whereabouts and missed tests, tampering, possession, trafficking, administration. The first one, presence of prohibited substances. Presence of prohibited substances are its metabolites or markers in an athlete's sample. Second one, use of prohibited substances or method. Use or attempted use by an athlete of prohibited substances or method. Third one, refusing sample collection. Refusing or failing without compelling justification to submit to sample collection after notification as authorized in applicable anti-doping rules or otherwise evading sample. Fourth one, failure to file whereabouts and missed tests. Violation of applicable requirements regarding athlete availability for out of competition testing, including failure to fail required whereabouts information and missed tests. Combination of 3 missed tests and or filling failures with an. Next, tampering. Tampering or attempted tampering with any part of the doping control processes. Next, possession. Possession of the prohibited substance and prohibited method. Next one, trafficking. Trafficking or attempted trafficking in the prohibited substances or method. Next one, administration. Administration or attempted administration to an athlete of a prohibited substances and or method, or assisting, encouraging, aiding, abetting, covering up, or any other type of compulsity involving an anti-doping rule violation or any attempted anti-doping. Next, classification of doping: administration of drugs, blood doping, and gene doping. The first one, administration of drugs. There are several types of drugs that an athlete can use to enhance the performance. Some of the banned drugs are like stimulants, anabolic steroids, neurotics and diuretics, and etc. Second one, blood doping. See, this is drug administration. Next one, blood doping. Blood doping may or may not involve a drug. It is the processes of artificially increasing the concentration of the red blood cells in the body by administration blood transfusion more red blood cells result in more oxygenation of bloods that leads to increase the endurance of an individual. The long distance runners and cyclists are using these techniques. There are two main methods of blood doping. An athlete could inject extra red blood cells and either from the donor or previously harvested from the athlete's own blood or take a drug to boost their production. Next, third one, gene doping. See this picture. The historical development of the gene doping began in 2001 when Medical Commission of the International Olympic Committee met to discuss the implication of gene therapy for sports. In 2002, World Anti-Doping Agency discussed in detail about it. Later, WADA decided to include a prohibition of gene doping within their World Anti-Doping Code, which was formalized in its 2004 World Anti-Doping Code. According to World Anti-Doping Code, gene doping is defined as the non-therapeutic use of cells, genes, genetic elements, or of the modulations of gene expression having the capacity to improve athletic performance. Gene doping is the considered as a abuse of gene transfer techniques and has been banned. Next, prohibited substances and their side effects. See this one, gene doping and some health damages, cancer, virus infection, autonomism minimization, heart attack and stroke, damage of skeletal muscles, rupture and tendons of ligaments. Next, substances and methods are prohibited and out of competitions. First one, anabolic agents, peptide hormones, growth factors and related substances, beta 2 agonists, hormone and metabolic modulators, diuretics and other masking agents, manipulation of blood and its components. Last one, chemical and physical manipulation. The first one, anabolic agents. Anabolic steroids are synthetic variants of the male hormone testosterone. Testosterone is the male sex hormone in large quantity and in some females. They are a class of drugs that are legally available only by prescription and are prescribed to treat a variety of conditions that causes of lost lean muscle mass. Next, athletes use anabolic steroids to increase muscle size and strength. They also reduce the amount of the time required to recover after exercises. This helps to athletes and train harder for a longer period of time. The use of anabolic steroids in sports is banned, but still some athletes continue to use them illegally despite evidence that using them this way can cause many serious health problems. Second one, peptide hormones, growth factors and related substances. These substances affect the muscles growth. These hormones are produced by glands in the body. They stimulate various bodily functions such as growth, behavior and sensitivity to pain. Athletes use them to stimulate the production of the naturally occurring hormones, increase the muscle growth and strength. They also enhance the production of red blood cells to improve oxygenation of the blood. Next, beta 2 agonists. Beta 2 agonists are the drugs commonly used to treat asthma as they relax the muscles that surround the airway and opening up the air passages. Athletes use them increases their muscle size and reduce the body fat. When taken orally or by injection, beta 2 can have powerful stimulatory effects. Fourth one, hormone and metabolic modulators. Hormone antagonists and modulators, sometimes known as anti-estrogenic substances, act to either decreases the amount of estrogen in the body or block the estrogen receptors. It is also used to increase testosterone levels. Next one, diuretics and other masking agents. Masking agents aid the presence of a banned substances in an athlete's urine or other sample, allowing them to cover up their use and gain an unfair competitive edge. Next one, manipulation of blood and its components. Manipulation of blood or blood components is a method of increasing the number of red blood cells in the body, which in turn carry more oxygen to the muscles. It is commonly used by athletes who compete in high endurance events. In this method, about the liter of blood cells is removed from the athlete's body and then frozen and stored for several weeks just in a day or two before a competitions. The stored blood is re-injected into the athlete's body. This helps in increasing the extra red blood cells. These extra red blood cells help to carry more oxygen to the muscles. This method is also banned. Next one, last one, chemical and physical manipulation. According to WADA, the following are prohibited: tampering or attempting to temper in order to alter the integrity and validity of the sample collected during doping control. Next one, intravenous infusions and or injections are of more than 50 ml for 6 hours period except for those legitimately received the course of the hospital admissions or clinical investigations. Next, substances and methods prohibited in competitions: stimulants, narcotics, cannabinoids, and glucocorticosteroids. See, first one, stimulants. See this picture. Stimulants means tablets and drugs. Stimulants are group of the drugs and that boost alertness and physical activity by increasing heart and breathing rates and brain functions. This acts on the central nervous system. The stimulants can stimulate the body both mentally and physically. Athletes use stimulants to stimulate the mind or body. This improves the athlete's performance. Second one, narcotics. Narcotics also same. Narcotics, analogics are used to reduce the eliminate the pain. They could also be used to help the athlete train to order and for a longer period of time. Generally, athletes used to reduce or eliminate the pain from the nagging injury, allowing them to continue in the training. Neurotic analogies also reduce the anxiety that may artificially enhance an athlete performance. Next, cannabinoids. Cannabinoids, some leaves. Cannabinoids are the derived from the cannabis plant. They develop the feeling of relaxation. Marijuana is one of the best example. Athletes use them to have speedy recovery after exercises. Next, glucocorticosteroids. Glucocorticosteroids. Glucocorticosteroids acts an anti-inflammatory inflammatory drugs and is used to relieve pain. Athletics use them to mask pain level to from injury and illness. Side effects of prohibited substances. Side effects. In spite of this fact, athletes know that the doping can be fatal, but still they continue with this practice to win medals. The lure, the lure of fame and money compel athletes to the take drugs to enhance their support performances. Next, the following are the effects of doping on the health of athletes: anabolic agents, males and females, peptide hormones, growth factors, and related substances, beta 2 agonists. See the first one, anabolic agents. Anabolic agents, overuse of steroids can cause serious side effects on the athlete's health. Generally, steroids increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases, liver diseases, and high blood pressure. This may lead to develop behavioral changes like mood swings, aggression, depression, and dependence. For male users, steroids can lead to the answers. Females, breast tissues development, permanent baldness, and the shrinking of the testicles. In females, steroids can causes accent, the growth of facial hair, and the deafening of the voice. In children's, administration of the steroids can causes the stunting of the growth and premature puberty. The male and female have the following effects. Males, the repeated use of the anabolic agents can causes impatience, the testicular trophy, breast enlargement, prostatic enlargement, and decreased production of sperm. Females, the masculinization among female athletes may be caused due to the use of anabolic agents, excessive hair growth on the face, and both loosening of the voice. Abnormal menstrual cycles, reduced breast size is visible. Next, second one, peptide hormones, growth factors, and related substances. The use of growth hormones can lead to the odds decreases, carpal carpal syndromes, and overgrowth of the hand, feet, and face. This may causes thickening of the blood clots that may lead to the increases risk of heart attacks. This may also lead to the joint pains. Next, beta 2 agonists. The beta 2 agonists cause fatigue, dizziness, cold hands, sleep disorders, sexual dysfunctions, and depression. They can also lead to the headache, nausea, nervousness, tremor, muscle cramps, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure. The psychological symptoms like withdrawal, dependence on, and habitations may appear. The long-term use of develop tendency of the increased risk of myocardial infarction and sudden death. Last one, next one, hormone and metabolic modulators. The use of hormones and metabolic modulators can cause hot flushes, excessive sweating, loss of sleep. Next one, diuretics and other masking agents. Excessive use of diuretics can cause dehydration, cramps in the muscles, decreases in blood volume, and electrolyte imbalance. Next one, manipulation of blood and blood components. The endurance runners have more tendency of blood doping, which can cause thickening of blood, increased risk of infection, development of the blood clots, and heart attacks. The delayed transfusion may lead to jaundice. Next one, gene doping. Since the gene doping is new technology and its side effects are unpredictable, the chances of success are very low and the risks still very high. Next one, stimulants. The use of certain stimulants can be fatal. Serious prohibited like cardiovascular and psychological problems may occur. It may be cause increased and irregular heart rate, dehydration, overeating, and of the insomnia, anxiety, trainers, aggressiveness, or the psychological problems on athletes. Next, due to use of stimulants. Next one, narcotics. Excessive use of narcotics may causes of sedation, loss of balance, and coordination, development of pills, feeling of invincibility may arise. Next, cannabinoids. Cannabinoids, prolonged use the cannabis use may develop swings, anxiety, memory loss, chronic bronchitis, and the chances of development of the cancer of lung, mouth, tongue, and etc. And throat cancer may occur in addiction to the lack of coordination, decreases concentration, span, and drowsiness and dryness may develop. Next, glucocorticosteroids. The athletes who use glucosteroids may create suppression of immunity, hyperglycemia, reduced bone density, adrenal manipulation, gain muscles, breakdown, and menstrual irregularities. Next, strenal anabolic agent. Next, harmful effects of alcohol. Harmful effects of alcohol has negative effects on the sports person, and the harmful effects of muscle development, aerobic endurance, cognitive and motor functions, long-term effects of alcohol. See, first one, muscle development. Every sports needs to strength training to build strong muscles. Drinking alcohol can reduce the ability of the body to produce ATP, which is the sources of energy for the muscles. It also causes the liver to release a chemical that impairs testosterone, which is the key hormone in muscle development. Second one, aerobic endurance. Aerobic activity needs more oxygen to energy the large muscles group needed to physical perform. It increases blood circulation and heart rate. The body's ability to respond aerobically is vital to play many sports, but alcohol can interfere with these physical reactions. It also respiratory functions affects body temperature regulations and increases risk for dehydration. Dehydration is particularly dangerous as it is can lead to heat stroke or seizures and shock. Third one, cognitive and motor functions. To learn strategies techniques one has to respond quickly physically and mentally. The cognitive and motor actions are vital during playing sports. Alcohol can affect your brain, slow down cognitive and motor actions. Next one, long-term effects of alcohol. The long-term use of alcohol can lead to serious problems as it is causes muscle weakness. Its consumption also reduce the cardiovascular fitness. Chronic use of alcohol affects the ability to absorb nutrients like zinc, folic acid and vitamin B12, and this can lead to damage of the heart. However, World Anti-Doping Agency published list of the prohibited substances in 2018 and withdrew alcohol from the list. Alcohol and substances abuse are two problems that are extremely common among all age groups and people from all backgrounds. Alcohol and substances abuse that occur together are often refused to our poly drug abuse or poly substances abuse. And for someone who regularly engages in the mixing of alcohol and substances, it's referred to as chronic poly substances abuse. Next, harmful effects of alcohol and substances use. Alcohol and cocaine. Harmful effects of alcohol and substances: alcohol and cocaine, alcohol and heroin, alcohol and viscosity, alcohol and marijuana, alcohol and painkillers, alcohol and sleeping pills. Next, some discussing about questions. First question, sports training is based on science. Second question, phase 1 is preparatory period deals with basic fitness. Third question, phase 2 is preparation period gives emphasis specific fitness. Question number 4, during phase 3 of preparatory period the training volume is decreased. Next, question number 5, the transitional period needs to active rest. Question number 6, the physiological warming up deals with mental readiness. Question number 7, the jogging is done usually for 600 to 800 meters. Next question, the latest technique to high jump is Fosbury flap technique. Next question, the word doping is derived from the Dutch word dope. Next question, which international federation was first to ban doping? Athletics. Athletic Federation first doping, ban doping. Next, blood doping increases endurance. Next question, use of alcohol and cocaine affects increases blood pressure. Thank you.